Oh, this what we doing? People go to church to hear the gospel and change their life. Instead, they out here getting robbed for their money? That's out. Yeah, I said it. What's happening? And I'm calling out names. I'm here to mess the money up, baby. Y'all gonna have to put a bullet in my head to stop me. False Doc Killer. They must think I'm boo-boo the fool, like I don't see the circus act. And they got the nerve, in fact. What? To wanna call it church, I'm all types of hurt. The things they doing, I never saw in a Bible verse. The real seeing this is true facts, but don't know what to do. It's the sweetest taboo. Leading these people straight. Paid these sucker savages, weapon loaded. Time to change the current narrative. I came out the belly of the beast with teeth ready to feast on these wolves fresh meat. I only want the heads of the clowns that fed all of God's people that jailhouse spread. This is what we face with rape in certain cases. Babe in Christ received spiritual molestation. That's some real time waiting in hell for you. No second chance, no bail for you. Nah, yo, you not like me and I'm not like you. Nah, I represent Christ and I stand on truth. You compromise for views, yeah, I see right through. I say we preaching false doctrine and that ain't cool. Nah, click, clack, homie, don't play that. What's up? Click, clack, homie, don't play that. Click, clack, homie, don't play that. What's up? Tell a clown step down before I spray that. Now it's time to do something. Watch people with a voice sit back and do nothing. Cowards, straight facts, strapped up, I'm with it. Facts. No kidding, anybody can get it. No love for a false prophet. Cover blood still dripping, gripping. Like the thug still in them. Refuting is my profession. I don't regret it, it's a blessing. They gave me a reason to be aggressive. Hardcore veteran, this habitat's my natural. No compromising, only rap the factual. These is God balls, I am not soft. Watch your head get in the way, you get knocked off. West side on the easty track. If they stone me to death, I'm at peace with that. Cause I'll pull up on the preacher boy, press him in the pulpit. Money, 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 stop preaching that bullshit. Yo, you not like me and I'm not like you. Nah, I represent Christ and I stand on truth. You compromise for views, yeah, I see right through. I say we preaching false doctrine and that ain't cool. Nah, click, clack, homie, don't play that. What's up? Click, clack, homie, don't play that. Click, clack, homie, don't play that. What's up? Tell a clown step down before I spray that. Time I run down on these wolves and strip them out of their sheep's clothes. Cause the purpose of defending the faith is protecting the truth. Y'all prosperity preachers go have to get in where y'all fit in out here, homie. Nowhere. And that's coming live from the west side of South Central. Tell them I said it. False Doc Killer. Book, chapter, verse, and all that.
You are now tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdaily.com, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios. This is the way radio. As always, we got special guests in studio, and today is no exception. We got the false doctrine killer himself live in studio. Say what's up, homeboy.
Yo, what up, bro? Yo, it's the false doctrine killer live from the west side of South Central. Check it out. It's the only Christian rapper out here murking these money-hungry scumbags that be in the churches getting people for their money for decades. They do it every Sunday and they about to do it this Sunday. Yo.
Welcome, brother. I've been looking forward to this interview since I first found out about you. So it's going to be really great. Not only is the audience going to learn more about you, but I'm going to learn about you as well. So I'm very interested in where this interview goes. First and foremost, brother, intro track. Homie, don't play that. Talk about that.
Well, you know, that's the first song I did, man. When I got this idea about just, you know, refuting falsehood when it comes to Christianity. So anybody that gives the wrong, I guess, story about who Jesus Christ is, then, you know, I'm gonna have a problem with that. So pretty much any religion that feels they have the right idea about Jesus but they get it wrong, pretty much, you know, homie, don't play it. So pretty much that's what this song is. It's like straight to the point. I wanted to get a chance to do a video for it, man, but I don't know if I could find a church that's gonna be down with the ideas that I got, man, because I got some ideas, man, but people be scared.
Yeah, I feel you on that. You know, when you're saying things like spiritual molestation in in your words, but if you listen to the content of how you're using it, I think that's the biggest thing, is that cats don't listen to music to listen to music anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear that word, I mean, what is taking place in somebody's head when they hear that word? Like, do they not feel that's going on somewhere? And if it is going on somewhere, what does it look like?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't have to be a Christian like to see this stuff. Like, it's so surface level. Like, you see people run around crazy. You hear the term catching the Holy Ghost. You hear people speaking in tongues. You hearing people saying you got to do this to be saved. You got to do that to be saved. So it's like, it's so much of it going on. I guess you just got to pick and choose what's spiritual molestation to you and what's not.
Yeah, I agree.
I have discernment, so it's a long list of it. And it's just forced on people so much for so long that I feel like it becomes a norm that they just accept it. Like, okay, I guess this is church. This is what Christianity is. You know, the standing on the gospel and preaching the gospel like raw, you know, cutthroat, that gets pushed all the way down and gets smothered and covered with prosperity gospel.
Yeah.
Because it sounds good, everything sounds great, and so yeah.
Let me ask you this: what got you involved in making music? What was the kicker that got False Doctrine KILLA started in this game?
I mean, I started off as a gangster rapper. I started rapping at 16.
Word up.
You know, I started on the Talk Boy FX Plus. I don't know if you know what that is.
Nah, I don't.
It's like a little handheld tape recorder.
Oh, okay.
I think Macaulay Culkin used to promote it for a little bit when Home Alone came out.
I remember what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to start playing around on that when I used to be a big Dog Pound fan, man, and I liked Corrupt, so I wanted to be like him, so I started rapping, playing around, you know, on that Talk Boy, and then I ended up meeting my best friend who ended up being a producer. So we just built our friendship, and then we learned like that, you know. And he happened to be a platinum producer now from the Eastie Boys.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Is he still Are you guys still making music together?
Yeah. From time to time, you know, whenever you can.
Yeah.
You know, he in the industry now, so you know, he slide me something every now and then.
Yeah.
That's my boy, though. I love
That's
him.
what's up.
Yeah, but you know, he I say out of all of us, you know, he the first one to like get out there and make it big now, cause he do a lot of stuff for Blast. He do stuff for Jason Cash. You know, so him and JFK together, they the Eastie Boys. So we came up like making music together. I met him like through basketball. He's a producer. I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
He kind of encouraged me to start rapping, like, you know, on wax, like recording myself. So I was like, all right. So I started out like that as a gangster rapper. Then I gave my life to Christ in 2009.
Word up.
And then I tried rapping like, you know, I love God type music, and it just wasn't working out. So
yeah,
I left music alone because I was like, if I can't do it to make it sound good, then, you know, I'm not going to do it. Because you have to be skillful as well. You can't just, you know, just throw anything out there.
Yeah.
You know, I know God will appreciate it, but as far as like trying to do it as a career or something, it has to be skillful, so it has to sound attractive. So what I do now as the False Doctrine KILLA is more, I feel like, original and authentic, and it fits me, you know, because I'm a person in real life that's already refuting falsehood and just going against people that distort the gospel of Jesus Christ, or, you know, that twist the scriptures, or, you know, I'm just already against that stuff in just day-to-day life. So me rapping, it just makes sense to put it together.
Yeah.
It just makes what I'm doing like on a bigger level. So, and nobody wants to do it as well. So it's like, okay, cool. It makes me be able to pioneer a whole new lane.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say you are leading the way in the what would you categorize as genre of what you're creating?
Christian hardcore hip hop.
Word up. Do you know? Are there other cats that you know that are trying to do it like this? Because I haven't really seen cats out there like that.
When you say like this, though, like you mean talking about what I'm talking about as far as exposing false prophets?
I would say that in that direction as far as the word symbolisms that you put out there, but then also as well in the music selection that you make. You know, back in the day, I remember there was a Christian group that I was into that they were doing hip hop, but it was more, like you said, kind of more like bubblegum raps, I guess you could say, is the best way to describe it. But with your music, I kind of feel like I can relate to it because the message that you're saying, it kind of gives me that street vibe, but you're not rapping about the streets.
Nah, it's just aggressive.
Yeah.
And what it is it's that touch of South Central. So I'm doing what I'm doing already, but the touch of South Central is why you see the style of aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Because that's where I came out of, that type of atmosphere. So if Christ saved me from that atmosphere, everything I've been through and, you know, experienced and just soaked up around me, it prepared me to be confrontational and how to deal with confronting things and standing up on my own. So me doing this on my own right now, and you know, because I know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I don't care about going up against, you know, I'm going against pretty much like, it feels like almost everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but it don't even matter to me because I know what I'm talking about is true. And I know that the worst thing that could happen is they could kill me. So, and I know where I'm going when I die. So it's like, you're not really doing nothing but speeding up my process. But at the same time, what's left behind is gonna, you know, spark something.
You said in one of your lyrics, we come from martyrs. I forgot the exact
Oh yeah,
quote.
and Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I forgot the exact quote. In that, I mean, is the martyrism, is that something?
Oh man, like in church history, man, you'll see, like, if you ever Google on YouTube just church history, you'll see, and they make it real like easy to watch. Where it's like it's like some of them could be like animated, where it'll show you like throughout, like after Christ died, after the disciples died, like what happened to Christianity throughout, you know, from the first century to now.
Yeah.
How people just really like slaughtered Christians in like very different type of sick type of ways because they really hated Christianity like that.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like, they hate something that's not even aggressive. Like, that's why I say we was never the aggressive, because we don't promote like violence. So, but we're the ones being slaughtered in the most violent way. That should tell you that what we're talking about is true. They're trying to shut it up that bad, and they hate it that bad.
Yeah.
You know, but it's you know, like in the word says, it's gonna survive throughout time, and you know, but it's still like we came from like a blood-soaked road of just a lot of people who laid down their life and died for the truth, to stand on the truth, that say, you know, we're not gonna do this. You're gonna have to kill us instead, you know, because we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna believe that, and that happened a lot with Catholicism and you know, throughout church history, where, you know, let's say like we're all Catholics in the beginning because we're dependent on the Pope to tell us what to do and to interpret what the scriptures say. We're dependent on him to tell us this. So one day, one person or say a group of people who knows decides to stand up though and say, "Oh, wait, hold up. I'm reading it for myself and it says something else. So this whole time you've been telling us something that's wrong, but now that I know how to read it for myself, I see what it truly says."
Yeah.
And once you know that, if you're playing devil's advocate, like once you hear that somebody, figured it out, you got to kill that person before he tell everybody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how it was when like the Reformation period takes place, because that's when people are standing up now to the Catholic Church and ready to really take a stand, even if they gotta die for it. But it's gonna make enough noise that people are gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start reading for myself and I'm gonna see. And that creates like the split between Catholics and Christians. So it gets to the point where Catholics is like, if you don't turn Catholic, you gonna get killed. And a lot of people as Christians that really believe it, they like, man, you gonna have to kill me.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about men, women, and children, bro. Like,
well, we're talking the history of the United States,
Yeah, I mean, it got to
especially when those Spaniards came over, what I'm saying? Technically, indigenous people, we should still be worshiping the sun god, moon god, the earth, the wind. That was our religion, and we all know what happened if you read your history books, how we were indoctrinated into the Catholic religion. That's a whole nother conversation. Let me ask you this, false doctrine killer. With your music, what made you in 2009, what changed you to go from being what you were doing as a gangster rapper to get into this genre of music?
Well, obviously the genre of music came because I became a Christian, but
yeah.
And with me, like I didn't grow up in a church. I'm thankful too, because it probably would have been a false church. I didn't grow up in a church, and at that point in my life, the police had just set me up as far as like I had a registered gun in my name, and they pulled me over, loaded it, scratched out the serial number, and I got a misdemeanor in my name, and that messed up like my job, the apartment I had, so I had to like start over from scratch and go back and live with my mom. So I had to like start over, and I was pretty much like at a broken state, and that's like kind of knowing now how God works, like that's the perfect state for him to I guess get your attention, I would say.
Yeah.
So and that's another reason why for me, like, it just makes it real, because I'm a logical person. I'm a person that it has to make sense for me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not looking for this or nothing. One day my homeboy out of nowhere is just like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go to church one day. I guess he was talking to somebody. I'm like, all right, yeah, because he a person that be saying stuff and he'll be following through.
Yeah.
So I thought it was another one of those things. He went, and then he was like, this one is kind of cool because the pastor's an ex-gang member. And I mean, like, I lost my job. I ain't doing nothing, like, every day. Like, I'm looking for work, but can't find it because of the misdemeanor. So a lot of time on my hands. I'm writing music, but and remember, like, I'm still a gangster rapper at that time. So
yeah.
I'm writing music, and I got a lot of time on my hands. And he was like, you should come to church one day with me. And I tell you, he ain't grew up in the church either. Like, I guess somebody just had talked to him, right? And then I find out it's one of the homies that banged his mom. She an ex-gang member, and she been trying to, go to church and change her life around. So whenever she see it, she always trying to get us to go to church.
Yeah.
But I don't really hang around like that. So because my homeboy dude, she was able to reach him instead of me. So he'd come back and tell me, like, yeah, this pastor is cool. He an ex-gang member. So I'll go there and I'll go listen. And I'll be in the back of the church laughing, not paying attention to what's going on, bro, not listening. And I just heard him just talking the gospel in a way that I could understand it. And it just grabbed my attention and just interrupted, me not paying attention, me laughing. It just interrupted that. And I was able to just understand everything that he was saying. And from hearing that, remember, I'm a logical person, but from hearing that for the first time, I was like, this is the realest thing I could ever hear in my life. So I was like, yeah, I'm all in. And then it's after that, I start reading the scriptures and everything and start understanding everything. Normally, I would do it the other way around. I would read and try to understand the scriptures and then make a decision.
Yeah.
But what he told me, and it made so much sense, it was as if I had already did the research. That's how, like, and remember, I didn't grow up in church or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that's how I was like, man, this has to be real, because this is the absolute truth that I'm hearing. And I don't feel like the gospel gets preached and taught raw like that enough, or more people would believe. They get told this whole other thing, bro, and it's like the same thing that the devil tried to. I don't even like to like mention the devil or Satan or anything like that, because he already get enough attention and he gonna do what he do anyway.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like in the scriptures when he tried to offer Jesus, he got the nerve, to try to tempt God. But what he tempts him with is the same stuff that these false prophets is talking about in the pulpit. They want you to focus on this life and everything's good, and everybody's healthy, everybody's nice, and like it's no problems, and time after time again, bro, like they get proven wrong, but they keep doing what they doing. People keep following them because they would rather have that than have the truth.
Yeah.
Or they would get up and just leave.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Speaking of which, we're gonna get into another track right here. Saint Big Bad Wolf. Talk about this track real quick.
Oh yeah, Big Bad Wolf, man. It's dedicated to Mr. Joel Osteen, man. I say he's America's #1 preacher. He went live on Larry King, which I think is a big, famous, television show. And he said he don't know if Jesus is the only way, so he's automatically disqualified. So he's America's #1 preacher. But he's also the Big Bad Wolf, man. So this song is just, directed at him, man. Anybody that like him,
Word up.
For you.
We're going to get it right here. Big Bad Wolf. False Doctrine Killer in the studio. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live, Northeast Los Angeles.
It's hunting season. What I'm doing is timeless. I guarantee you. 100 years from now, these money-hungry sleazebags still go be in the pulpit talking that false doctrine. But look at what we have here. It's the False Doctrine Killer, live from the west side of South Central Los Angeles. Send a false preacher packing back home. I'm one of the Christian rappers that rap with a backbone. Attack mode, I expose the black mold. Cut from the cloth that was taught to react bold. The cat bold, I oppose the stat quo. Chose for the role to uphold the facts known. Yo, I'm running down on these clowns, I go to town. Grip the blicky blow on these spiritual pedophiles. Separate the goats and skin them for cashmere. These yellow bellies way overdue for a pep smear. That's clear, just a loan from last year. I heard 2 fall away, now both of they paths smeared. That righteous pope's rights revoked. This that fentanyl dope in his pipe to smoke. Snorting lines of coke, strike a pose. But first, like a good Christian, let me wipe your nose. Protection, I may got my weapon. Better move, I stay with the click, clack, boom, move. Question, are you really stressing? Cause you afraid of the big bad wolf, coward. Yes, and they go end up less than. If you snooze, you lose when you make that move. Watch your head, FN with the clip extension. Big tool to spray at the big bad wolf. The two sparking, you through talking, you moonwalking. I got him dancing, look, I got him dancing. Past his preaching like advanced stages of cancer. Ask him a question, he dance instead of answer. Taboo, schmaboo, scandal after scandal. Right hand to God, my right hand on the handle. I grab the gun, they'll have to run. Who told these thieves to flee from the rat to come? I'm a graphic artist, this is written with precision. They labeled me explicit for vivid pictures depicted. If I ain't nice, your favorite a fraud problem. You soft serves never heard nothing this hard body. Leave it up to me, I would gladly finish them. 3 times a day, feed them grass and vinegar. Drop the Eddie if you wanna go fishing. It's real killers with me and these sinners ain't Christian. Protection, no me got my weapon. Better move, I stay with the click, clack, boom, move. Question, are you really stressing? Cause you afraid of the big bad wolf. Coward, yes man, they gon' end up less than. If you snooze, you lose when you make that move. Watch your head, FN with the clip extension. Big tool to spray at the big bad wolf. Blah! Forget this, I'm about to live my best life. If worse come to worse, I'm dead. Hold up, what? Oh look, I think I found your address. The place where you rest your head. I see why they like you, homie. Your style made for vipers only. Hey, I pull up all by my lonely to tuck you in nice and cozy. You gon' make me pull up to your place, put this weapon to your face. For all the saints that's been a blessing to the faith. This gon' be your lesson for the day. Empty this safe cause you destined for the lake. So deceitful, these people is tight fraud. And I'm here to rub it in real good like Mike Todd. Spit on his hand, wipe your face with saliva. These Lakewood connivers, they leave no survivors. Protection, me got my weapon. Better move, I stay with the click, clack, boom, move. Question, are you really stressing? Cause you afraid of the big bad wolf. Coward, yes man, they gon' end up less than. If you snooze, you lose when you make that move. Watch your head, FN with the clip extension. Big tool to spray at the big bad wolf. Oh, and if you don't like scary movies, thrillers, horror flicks, them action-packed joints, this ain't for you. Change the channel. I'll still be here when you ready. If they don't kill me first, Soli Deo Gloria.
You are now tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdirty.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here, Northeast Los Angeles, Hotbox Studios. False Doctor and KILLA in the motherfucking building, dropping some knowledge on us right here. Let me ask you something, False Doctor and KILLA. Your music is very, we were talking about it's aggressive. It's aggressive. Have you had people that listen to your music kind of say that, well, how could, if you're rapping for, or if you're doing Christian music, how is it that you're coming out so aggressive? What's your response to that?
Why can't I be aggressive?
Say that again, brother.
I said, why can I not be aggressive?
I mean,
like, why can't I?
Yeah.
Like, what says I can't? Who says I can't? Like, are we like, who's like, what are they going by?
Yeah.
Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I would not fit in with what other CHH rappers do. You know, I'm pioneering something different, man. This is for the bold. It's not for those who would, you know, see something and then turn their head and act like they didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's not for those people. You know, it's for the bold who's gonna stand up and put their life on the line for, you know, a cause that's worthy of dying for. So I don't really care for what people have to say, man, because all you got to do is turn the channel. There's so much stuff out here, like, I don't like it. I just don't watch it. I don't go on a campaign about it. Like,
yeah,
you know, this is something different. Like, you're not supposed, like, you don't have nothing to compare it to. It's something different, something new. So it's like, either give it a chance, and if you like it, go with it. If you don't, okay, all right. It's not a big deal. Nobody's holding a gun to your head like, you better listen to this false doctrine killer.
Yeah, but
Nobody's
they should listen to it.
Yeah, they should.
They should.
You know, but I would rather it come natural and not by force, because anything real, I feel like that's how, you know, it goes. Like, you shouldn't have to force it. It's just going to be naturally flow, and it's going to be organic. So, if you don't like it, okay, it's probably because I'm talking about one of your, you know, your favorite preachers, or you feel that I shouldn't be having a gun, or I shouldn't be talking aggressive, I shouldn't be, you know, talking violent. That's how you feel. But everything I'm doing, it's not that I could justify it, because I could, but I don't feel like I have to explain myself. I feel like the people who understand rap music, understand art, understand concepts, they understand what I'm doing.
Yes,
You
I
know,
agree.
they're not jumping off a roof like, oh my goodness, and really trying to question, am I doing what I'm doing? But hey, if you believe it, then, you know, that's on you.
Your track selection, man. One thing that drew me into your music was your production, your actual music selection. Who you messing with musically that you're getting all your beats from?
I mean, it's different people, but for the most part, it's a young dude named Arza. You know, a real dope dude, man. I think he's around 18, 19 years old.
Word up.
And he just shot me a whole bunch of beats. I got probably the next, I say maybe about the next 2 albums probably gonna be majority produced by him.
Nice. So we can expect 2 albums from you.
Yeah, I got like 5 or 6.
Nice.
Just ready to record. It's just about having the finances to go to the studio and record it, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why the Rat to Come that I just put out, that's available. That's why it's, you know, so short, but I feel it's short, straight to the point. You could put it on repeat, you know, and it's a good first impression, but as far as financially, that's what I was able to afford, you know, to get recorded, mixed and mastered and all that.
So how many albums do we officially have under the belt right now?
It's just that one right now
Just
that I put
right
out. Now? Yeah, that's the first impression. So that's gonna always be the first one. It's probably gonna be a Rap to Come 2, Rap to Come 3. But the next one is probably gonna be called No Graven Images.
You got a lot of symbol, and we talked about this before we started the show. There's a lot that you say, and I think that today's audience in music doesn't listen. But if they really listen to what you're saying, you have a very powerful message.
Yeah, man.
And like I said, that's what drew me in. The symbolism, what you're saying, how you're saying it, is what drew me into wanting to know more about your music and diving into your YouTube channel and checking you out.
Yeah, man. What I'm talking about, definitely nobody else ain't talking about, but it's like no matter what you believe in, when you hear it, you know what I'm talking about is real. Like, you see it. You could act like you don't see it. You could be one of those people, but you still see it.
Yeah.
You don't have to acknowledge that you've seen it or not, because some people feel if they acknowledge that they've seen it now, they become guilty by association from a distance, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's real scary people out here, bro, that you know, they thinking about their kids, they thinking about their careers, their relationships, and they don't want to be associated with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not gonna hear nobody do it, but for the people out there that's been waiting, yeah, the false KILLA is here.
I'll say it, man. I'll be 100% with you, man. Me personally, I don't see what's wrong with what you're doing. You know, a good preacher finds a way to get his information out to his flock, and who you're reaching out to may not necessarily be the people that sometimes people want to focus on. So you have to relate to everybody, and you're relating to cats that, me personally, I feel that, you know, you're relatable to them and understanding what they got, and you're not, you know, me personally, I don't feel, and this is DJ Show Enough, dignity.com. Me personally, I don't feel like you're saying anything wrong other than what you believe in. And I think that's the problem with society today, is that we can't let people have their beliefs unless it's a mainstream belief that everyone believes in.
Yeah.
And censorship's a motherfucker.
Yeah, they like to pick and choose.
Yes.
And favoritism and all that. Like,
you always have an outlet here, brother. I'll be honest with you 100%. You always have an outlet here. We dig what you're doing, brother. We dig what you're doing.
I really appreciate that, man. You're the first one to, like, tell me something like that. So relationships like this will go a long way with me, bro.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt.
Because what I'm doing, like what I'm saying, is real. Like 100 years from now, they're still gonna be doing this, bro. 500 years from now, it's still gonna be going on. Still gonna be going on. Like, so if I die tomorrow, hopefully somebody kind of picks up the torch and keep it going. I don't know, but if nobody does, you're never gonna hear nobody else talking like this.
Yeah, nah, I
you know what I'm saying? So I
agree.
appreciate anybody that reach out, you know, and hold me down in any type of form or fashion. Especially though when it comes to this music, how, you know, we doing it, because normally people want money or they want something in return, you know. So, like, I appreciate it, and I'm a person that don't charge for nothing. Like, and I really don't be paying for nothing either. Like, if anybody mention money, I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Cause I want everything to be off the love and the strength, man. That goes farther.
Yes, sir. I agree. I mean, I gotta ask, False Doctrine Killer, how'd you get the name? It's obvious, but I gotta ask.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man, because like at first I was going with St. Albert, right?
Yeah.
That's when I'm making the I Love God music, but it's like it's coming out corny. And so I kind of killed the whole St. Albert thing. And I was like, I'm going to just start a clothing line called False Doctrine KILLA. I'm a straight to the point type of person. So I'm like, whatever I'm going to call this brand, I'm like, I want it to represent what I represent. And I'm like, I'm against false teaching, false prophets. So it's false doctrine as a whole. I'm against false doctrine. And I'm from South Central. So it's like cross them out, put a K. False Doctrine KILLA. Yeah. So it's like a statement. So I'm like, I'm gonna start the clothing line with the little government assistance, the business one. I was like, okay, I'll start a business with that, and I'm gonna start a clothing line, and hopefully it's people out there that, you know, see what I'm saying, and they ain't afraid, you know what I'm saying, to at least, you know, rock the clothing. It's gonna at least test the waters.
Yeah.
So I put it out, man, and for like 2 years, maybe about 4 people got something, and one of those people like got something twice.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I test the waters and I see. Ain't nobody go, you know, people are scared. So I was like, I'm gonna just, you know, kill the whole clothing line and stuff and just see if I could just fund my music through me working at, you know, my job where I work at. So that's when I start putting out the music now. So it's like, okay, I know I can't depend on like fan support. So I just got to do everything myself and put myself out there. So anybody out that comes along the way, like that could help me in any type of way, it's like, okay, I try to just look at it as, okay, God is putting them in my path to help me.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about working with other artists? Or have other artists reached out to you about possibly working with you on some music?
They do, but I don't be thinking they're gonna. How can I put it? The people that I reach out to, they don't get back to me. Well, they get back to me, or they say like, yeah, they're gonna do something, but they don't do it.
Yeah.
And then the people that do reach out to me, I don't really care for it because I don't really care for features because what I'm doing is so like I'm tunnel vision. I'm in the zone. Like I don't really need no assistance.
Yeah.
Because it's like my idea what I'm doing and it's so personal to me. So I don't really care for features, but maybe, you know, I might want to spice it up or something and, you know, throw somebody on there that I feel sound good.
Yeah.
That's when I reach out to somebody. Or somebody that know me from when I was a gangster rapper. I'm like, yo, you see the stuff I'll be talking about, like, come talk about it. And they'll say they'll get on it, then they never get it back to me.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I'm like, this is why I don't even be trying to do features, because people I want to, they don't. But I got to keep coming back to it and saying it, man. People be scared.
I feel you on that.
Because you can't say what I'm doing is corny, and it's like I'm really rapping too. So it's like the only thing left to say is like people are scared, bro.
You do make a valid point when you say people are definitely, how can I say it? People are more concerned with having the gangster rap image. They're okay with that.
Yeah.
You know, they're fine with putting that false narrative out there.
Yeah, they fine with the genocide.
Yeah, and then the narrative you're putting out there, and like I said, this is one of the things that drew me to your music was your track selection. the aggressiveness of what you were saying, and the fact on the topics that you're talking about. I'm very open-minded, and I'm open to hearing what people have to say. So everything you say, I'm like, you're not saying, to me, you're not saying false narratives. I agree with a lot of what you say. So for me, it's like, yeah, I don't understand why cats are not open to that. But in today's image, it's better to be a killer than it is to be, the good guy or a doctor or a lawyer type of a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But see, and this is what I don't get. Even in that statement, the last statement you just said, right? It's better to be that than that. I'm trying to like make it so that it's easy for you to go with too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And it's happening like that because I'm from South Central, so I know how to make it how you would like it.
Yeah.
So the only thing left is like you scared, bro, or it's like it's one of them things where you just rather just watch and see what happens.
Yeah. if
you want to see how it play out.
If you do blow up, I guarantee you, if you do blow up, there's gonna be a thousand MCs that are gonna bite the style and try to do what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's so trash too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna happen. It's so trash.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of like, I was so hesitant on explaining, okay, how do I feel like I could get away with being violent in the music, right?
Yeah.
I could explain that. But I feel if I explain it, then okay, and that person out there listening, the biter, he's just waiting, right?
Yeah.
He's on the edge of his seat, like spit it out, spit it out. He's waiting, and he's gonna take it and run with it and go do it now, and he gonna do it the wrong way because he's doing it for the wrong intentions and the wrong reasons. So I kind of don't want to say. Because I feel again like I don't have to explain myself. The people that understands music, like they get it. But the biggest clue I could give, you know what I'm saying, is in the Bible, the word of God is referred to as a sword.
Yeah.
So just like that, that's a good example right there.
And you do have the symbolism in your videos of a sword as well.
Yeah, but and that's just to really help out the person that really needs help. But it should be, in this day and age, the most common weapon is what? And then in that day and age, the most common weapon is what? So it don't even matter what the weapon is. It's about what the weapon is representing. And it represents the word of God. And
you're a weapon if you want to break it down. You're what you're what
because
you're doing.
You can only
you're a weapon for the word.
Yeah, because look, you can only fight false doctrine. You can only kill false doctrine with sound doctrine. I can only tell these dudes to step down. You're disqualified. If I ran up on Joel Osteen and all that, the only thing I could do is show him how he's not qualified scripture-wise.
Yeah.
But I want to provoke him enough to where. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The music is so irritating that, okay, now you gotta do something. What you gonna do? Because if you do something, now you're gonna bring attention.
Yeah, that's
Everybody gonna see everything what I was talking about.
Well, we're gonna ride with you, homeboy. Don't trip. We're gonna ride with you.
Yeah, I appreciate
We'll take that journey
bro.
with you, man. We're gonna get into another track right here. Bloody Mary. Talk about this track. Introduce it for us, brother.
Yo, Bloody Mary, man. This song is funny because I was trying to think of like all of the words Mary and Bloody Mary, right? I was trying to think of 3. So we got the Bloody Mary urban legend. You go in the bathroom in the mirror.
Yeah.
Say her name and cut off the lights and all that. So I was like, okay, I can use that for the hook. I'll figure out that for the hook. And then you got Bloody Mary. As far as Christianity, when you go through church history, like I was saying, she stood for Catholicism. So she's a Catholic, and she was hunting Christians. Like, hey, if you don't want to become a Catholic, you're about to die right now. And she killing families, bro, like pregnant women, all that, burning them, all that, just because they don't want to become Catholic.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just throw her in there. That's my target. And then we got the, only thing I didn't use was the Bloody Mary drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for the video, I made sure I used the Virgin Mary in the background.
Yeah.
Just to mess with the Catholics.
Word up, word up.
You know what I'm saying? So that song is funny to me, man. But that's what it is. It's just those three things right there. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to rip this beat.
Here it is right here. Bloody Mary. False Doctrine Killer in the fucking studio. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live Northeast Los Angeles.
The Marian persecutions. Hey, who in here without sin? Raise your hand and they get broken 4 places. Like my repertoire consists of bone breaking. This is pure greatness. I'm taking out the known faces, turning hot shots to cold cases. The smiling preacher, extend the arm like it's nice to meet you. Try any angle and I'll slice your pizza. Spill your marinara. I got the sauce that many men in Pharaoh. I snatch you right about that Panamera. Grab a can, pan in error. The end is near. Will you stand in error? Hermeneutics, I included just to read the Bible passage clearer. The papacy like, oh no, he didn't. Just exegete the text. I guess he's blessed with the Holy Spirit. Bloody Bonner, little homie, listen. Don't get the story twisted. Bloody Mary won't be my only victim. Check it, this lesson be at no admission. For the free, when you feel that big bow, it shake your soul and system. Apostates who deconstruct the faith, come let your surgeon readjust your face like new identities. That generic rhetoric led to heresies, forbidden recipes to get drugged like methamphetamine. The mess they fed to me, I detoxed impressively, pressing pulpit pimps, putting priests in pedigrees. I got a question for the head of your family. Who wears the pants? Is it Preston or Jackie? It's like the roles reverse. I clock in, time to go to work. Overtime, I go berserk. Church hurt? You better know your worth. Cause listen here, it ain't a soul on earth breathing that'll brainwash me into giving. Cause I know the word, the bread of life, chase it down with living water. We came from a long line of martyrs, murdered and slaughtered. And we was never the aggressors. A saint's death is special, rose petals to the vessels. It's time to hit the light. Cause I don't believe the hype. 3 times I'm in the mirror like 3 times I'm in the mirror like bloody, 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 bloody Mary. Bloody, 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 bloody Mary. Bloody, 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 bloody Mary. I don't believe the hype. I'm in the mirror like, where you at?
You were tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live, Hotbox Studios, Northeast Los Angeles. Bloody Mary, False Doctrine Killer, in the place to be. Dope track, brother. I can't even lie, man. Like I said, your music, it intrigues me. The track selection, the wording, the symbolism. You can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
I definitely got to give you some props on that, brother. You definitely got my attention.
I'm just trying to make it attractive, man, and nothing compromising. Because,
Yeah.
until I understand that people may see it and hear this and they, oh, he compromised or it's questionable. But until you hear me, because a lot of people, they tell on themselves, man. They expose themselves what they're about in interviews. But when it comes out of their mouth, it's like, okay, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
If you hear him, it come out of my mouth, so it's like you shouldn't have to question it. Like, I'm a believer that believes in the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm about the Bible being taught and preached accurately. I'm about exposing anybody that goes against it, that's about distorting the gospel, anybody that's about preaching and teaching, prosperity preaching, word of faith preaching, health and wealth. Anything that's not the gospel of Jesus Christ and they making a profit off of it, I'm about exposing them, and I kill them in my music.
Yeah.
In my music, that's what I do. It's art. It's not really happening, but hey, If you think that it's really happening after I said it's not happening, then okay. And if you don't want to listen to me now because I said it's not really happening, then don't listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I have to make something, but it has to be aggressive. And this is the only thing that fits me. So this is my art. This is what I'm doing. If you can't get down with it, then I get it. Go. I'm not in this to get a whole bunch of fans and all that. I'm in this to make my music so that it can become a weapon. It could become something to be used against them.
Yeah.
You know, so that 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, when it's still going on, wherever music is, hopefully you could still be able to put in False Doctrine Killer and my music come up because it's still going to apply to what's going on out there.
Yes, sir.
That's timeless music. So it's like, it don't matter if you like what I'm doing or not. Because what I'm talking about is real, it's going to survive. And the real people are going to attract to it. So I'm not in a rush or nothing. As long as I'm living, I'm able to put out more product.
Hell yeah. Message. The Rat to Come. Talk about the album, man. That's what we've been hearing tracks off the album, The Rat to Come, but what can we expect off the full album?
Nah, you haven't been hearing tracks.
Oh,
off
my
the
bad. I thought
no.
the Bloody Mary was on that album.
Nah, it wasn't.
My bad,
I
my
was gonna put it on there, but I was like, nah. I want to have solid singles on my own.
Word up.
And I feel like that's a solid one on its own. So I was like, I'm gonna just give them, all new stuff.
Word up. My apologies. Rat to Come. Talk about the album.
I mean, the Rat to Come. I feel like that fits that aggressive, hardcore, vengeance rap type vibe that I be rapping on. So I was like, okay, The Rat to Come. That sounds like a good title because here comes, symbolically, I'm the wrath and I'm coming.
Yeah.
So on all type of levels, there's that, and then there's the real wrath that's coming for them who are false preachers. So I'm like, okay, that's a perfect name. So I got 7 songs on there, 2 skits, something short and sweet, straight to the point. I don't really, care for too much free features. So it's one feature on there from the homie Briscoe. He's somebody not afraid to rap with me.
Yeah.
He don't really go ham on the false preachers, but he hold his own. Like, he's somebody that will let it be known, like, hey, he riding with me.
Yeah.
So I got him on the song Green Light. The songs is, all aggressive. It give you that underground boom bap vibe. That's pretty much like my style. It's like underground hardcore boom bap. At kind of like a slow pace, so you can hear everything I'm saying. You get them metaphors, punchlines. Like, I'm really rapping. Like, it ain't nothing that you ain't used to hearing, but it's just something different. Normally the targets are yourself. It's genocide. That's what you're used to hearing. So this is the sheep killing the wolf. You hear that I'm killing them, but it's all metaphoric. Like, I'm killing the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
And that represents all of them.
You can put that symbolism in your videos as well.
Yeah, exactly. In front pages, you'll see like I'm kidnapping the wolf and all that. So all that is symbolism. Like, if you really, it'll help you understand what I'm saying in the music, instead of you just thinking, oh, it's straight violence. I can't be a Christian and just be like really mean, and like it'd be so contradictory for me to do that.
Yeah.
So it has to be something else that I'm doing by doing this.
Yeah.
If I'm really represent the real and I'm doing this, it has to be something else. So, so for the people that get it, they're gonna get it. If you don't get it, it's not for you. And it's that simple, bro. Anybody got a problem with it, you don't get it, it's not for you. Keep moving.
Word.
I want the only people to be left that likes me, that listens to me, is the people that get it.
Word.
That's very easy.
And you can actually get that album on bandcamp.com/False Doctrine Killer.
Yes, sir.
I know you have a YouTube channel. What's the YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, it's False Doctrine Killer as well.
And then you said you have a website as well, right? FalseDoctrineKiller.com.
Yeah.
Nice.
You could go in there and you could just get like a little quick fix of what I'm pretty much about, as far as like a little intro bio right there, and then you could get like a little quick one-stop shop of all like the little videos I got out right now on YouTube, or you could just go to YouTube. But it's pretty much to show you like everything right there about False Doctrine Killer music-wise that I have out. The only thing that's not on there is like the Rap to Come album, where you can stream that on iTunes, Spotify. I don't think it's on Tidal, but it could be. But it's pretty much on all the major platforms.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like I said, a first impression. It's a little sample for people to show people, you know, and it's just what I could afford to put out right now, you know. But I'm already like halfway done writing the next one. Like I have the songs in my head, I just gotta write it out.
Yeah.
So I'm about halfway through writing the next album.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's just something new, something different, man. Like people don't have to be pressured by it.
And then one last question before we close out. What do you see yourself doing 5 years from now with your music? Or where do you want to be with your music 5 years from now?
Man, hopefully, man. I just want it to be distributed better, because like I said, everything is just me. I'm a one-man army, one-man assault team. I'm just putting everything out the best way I know how. And hopefully along the line, in a couple of years, you know, I just keep meeting people, you know, like yourself, that's genuine, that want to contribute in any way and helping what I'm doing. And hopefully that'll speed up the process to wherever God has me going, because he's going to take this as far as he wants to, because it's his idea, you know, for me. I could have been put these two together, like rap and confronting false doctrine, but I didn't do it. I don't know why. I never thought to just do this a long time ago, but I didn't do it. It took my mom to die, and when my mom died, because I found out she was listening to like a T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen, you know, talking about money and tithes. And I was explaining to her, no, it ain't nothing about that. So she died like a couple days after that, and I don't know what she believed in. So I was like, a couple years later, the False Doctrine Killer was born. So Word. It's personal for me.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, I feel you. Yeah. I feel you. Well, shit, brother, I want to wish you nothing but success. Before we close out, do you want to give any shout-outs before we close out this interview?
Yeah, man. Shout out to those who are bold, the courageous, those who stand up for what they believe in. Shout out to those who have listened to my music, those who do share my music. I appreciate anybody in advance, you know, that's ready to be guilty by association. I want to shout out any producers that's worked with me, any that want to work with me, you know, reach out to me on Instagram at St. Albert, that's st.albert, or False Doctrine Killer, or False Doc Killer, or I Am False Doctrine Killer. Like, it's easy to find me on Instagram. You know, reach out to me, you know, because like I said, I'm just doing this on my own. All I know how to do is the music. So shout out to anybody out there, you know, that's believing themselves, that's talented, and, you know, they ain't about to let nobody else dictate, you know, what they got to say. I'm just a person that got a voice. I got something to say, and I'm musically inclined. And, you know what I'm saying? They gonna have to kill me to stop me. So shout out to my false doctrine killers out there, because it don't even matter what it is, you know, that you're a false doctrine killer about. It's just about being against false teaching, period. So yeah. And shout out to you, man. I appreciate you again for having me, man.
Nah, man, we appreciate you doing what you're doing, brother, and we appreciate you actually putting yourself out there and coming in and doing an interview with us. We ain't scared of anybody, man, and we like one thing that you said that really, really made me like you as an artist even more is that you're making this music because it's your art.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't like how you got people imposing and trying to make it for profit, and they're taking it from you. And how you feel about that is the same way I feel about the hip hop culture. You know, there's a lot of websites that, I'll play you, and I'll do this if you pay me this, and I'll put you, give you a feature.
See?
And that in itself dilutes the culture.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from and what you're preaching, brother.
And that's what I mean by it don't have to be Christianity, what I'm talking about, for the person that's listening when I say false doctrine, kill it.
Yes,
if you
sir.
a false doctrine, kill it. You just gave a perfect example for you of what that means for you in that way.
Yes, sir.
You know, because it's just about being against perpetrators. Something that's perpetrating what you stand for.
Yep.
And then making money off it too. It's like, oh, you really gotta go now.
Yeah.
You know, you stinking other place, bro. And then when you look up, it's like everybody doing it.
Yep.
Oh man, it's gonna take a minute, but I gotta start somewhere. Just start knocking them down. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. It's gonna take a minute, but hey, either I start doing it or they gonna take me out. Either way, it's gonna cause noise. So
that's what's up. False Doctrine Killer, I want to say thank you for coming through, man. I really do appreciate you coming in and dropping an interview with us.
Hey man, I appreciate that.
I want to wish you
problem.
nothing but success with your music, and I hope you get your word out and people actually listen to the content of what you're putting out there, because there is a powerful message, man. So I really do want to say good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Thank you. Last track we're gonna get into right here, Scorpion Voice. I want you to introduce that, brother.
Oh yeah, this is off the new project, The Wrath to Come. This is Scorpion Voice, man. It's a fun, creative song that I feel, I get influenced by other artists. So this was influenced by, my favorite rapper right now. It's not a lot of people that influence me, but I'm glad that Griselda, has been, becoming successful, because it makes other people care about boom bap and underground rap some more. It doesn't make people feel like that sound is outdated anymore because they're successful with it.
Yeah.
So somebody I like named Mickey Diamond, he has a song called Tiger Uppercut. So I was listening to it, I was like, okay, and that influenced me to make this song. But it sounds nothing like that, because I know how not to bite nobody's style, but
nice.
I'm influenced by, who I'm influenced by. So yeah, this is just, something like, hey, when I see you, false prophet, get over it. Pretty much everybody familiar with Mortal Kombat, Scorpion, one of the vicious ones. So, I got Shao Kahn laughing in the background. So it fits what I'm doing, because I'm a sarcastic person. So you would get the sarcastic part of it.
Word up. False Doctrine Killer right here. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Northeast Los Angeles. Once again, brother, thank you very much. Last track we're getting into right here, Scorpion Voice.
False Doctrine Killer.
Here it is right here, diggingdirty.com.
Choose your destiny. Scorpion.
I got a bullet for a preacher preaching all these lies. When I catch you, homie, it's on sight.
Scorpion Voice, get over here. Scorpion Voice, get over here.
Switch sides on the most high. It's only right that they all must die.
Scorpion Voice, get over here. Scorpion Voice.
Now I done came a long way from the west to meet ya, to have a face-to-face with the smiling preacher. Let me go first about the things you did, and then you can share your thoughts once I split your wig. Say hi to my Glock and goodbye like a stop. I got 66 shots for this sly little fox. A guide you or not, my tie's like a knot. Get mocked like pine, so put your soul in a pine box. I used to hit the ground doing push-ups crazy. I'll put you underground, make you push up daisies. That's facts, they think it's just rap, till another one bites the dust, and that's that. It's another one. Get slaughtered in your own living quarters. I give the order, show a fraud the face of horror. Bow, tango down, I do them foul. All the preachers round is theologically sound. Hear ye, false prophets, you are marked for death. So when I see you now, I'm on your head.
Scorpion Voice, get over here. Scorpion Voice, get over here.
You a lie, you a cheat, you disguise your deceit. Surprise, you survive, cause you thrive off the weak.
Scorpion Voice, get over here. Scorpion Voice, get over here.
Hey, can
that dope head, yeah, he probably the oldest, the first to get finished out the garage, your opponent. You get stretched, then next it's a coffin. Arm, I reach long, I touch you like douse him. If he got backup, better douse him. Hey, once I hit him with this yoga flame, y'all better douse him. These fists of fury, broken most teeth. Connect with your chin, all you hear is worst uppercut of your life. Hard not to get impaled when you fall into a pit full of spikes. Cause from what I observed, your sermon's absurd. So it's off with his head now. Any last words? Nah, say it with your chest like you're supposed to. Here, come a little closer. Come here! Huh? Nah, baptized for what? Who told these wolves to flee from the rat to come? I got a bullet for a preacher preaching all these lies. When I catch you, homie, it's on size.
Scorpion voice, get over here. Scorpion voice, get over here.
Switch sides on the most high. It's only right that they all must die. Scorpion voice, get over here. Scorpion voice.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Outstanding. Well done. Superb. You weak, pathetic fool.